We see the wealth are concentrated and the power concentrated in a very small percentage of people. It is the token economy to serve, not to ask about how much returns can I get. If you're asking about that, you should not be investing in the token economy.
Especially the people who are struggling to meet their lively needs. It's really frustrating to see that the poor people, the ones who are barely making ends meet, their money is constantly being taken away and stolen. So for the first time with Bitcoin, it's a future and it truly represents freedom of money.
The world and the geopolitics of the world can be a little daunting. And right now, a lot of people ask me when I travel around, what should we do? The truth is, it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us around the world working towards that optimistic, inclusive, innovative economy if we want to create it.
So for me, it's not really building the future from the technology perspective, but more bringing all people together from the community and building the atmosphere so that they can efficiently network, sign partnerships, make deals, and so on. These guys are making the world technologically better.
It's a big crowd, but also a good crowd, so it's a great event, a good lineup, and honestly, I think, it's definitely, for the first time here in Europe, becoming one of the leading events in this space.
The Future Is Now presents, in association with One Day Productions, BlockShow Europe 2018, powered by Cointelegraph.
The future is now. It is what we make of it. And we are now in Berlin, about to check out BlockShow Europe 2018, hosted by Cointelegraph, one of the first major blockchain publications in the world. Let's see what this is all about. Come with me.
BlockShow Europe, held in Berlin during the summer, was an exciting event as it brought together innovative minds from all over the world, like Bobby Lee, Eddy Travia, and Marc Bernegger. But what was really interesting to note is the presence of women in blockchain, like Johanna Maska, the former head of President Obama's press advance during both of his terms. Her position in the crypto space was very clear and supportive of women that should be getting more involved in blockchain.
President Obama gave many the hope that we could change. But he wasn't the one who could change it all for us. It's going to take each and every one of us.
Yeah, so Global Situation Room, we have 3 pillars. We work on global good, global risk, and global trade. If we're going to have that optimistic, inclusive, innovative economy, we need to be working globally. And I think that if we're going to actually really change the world, we have to reflect the world. And that means women. I think women from all across the world have incredible roles. We literally birth the future. We have a different perspective that we bring to the table. And I think like you need to represent different communities, you need to represent women in everything that's done.
Women spearheading their own ideas of innovation and their own ICOs is not as common as their male counterparts. But here at the BlockShow, we saw one lady who was keen on disrupting the data analytics market by creating a system of analytical data storage on the blockchain with artificial intelligence for collection and sorting, making it much more affordable than any traditional data analysis solution. This is what creating the future looks like. Meet Michelle Yeo of DataVLT.
What sort of data analysis is popular nowadays? Like, what are companies looking for to analyze or to audit or, you know?
So today we're talking about consumer type data. We call it the black magic data. It's correlation. And it's not just about the demographics of the consumer. It's really about the psychographics of what they like, where they're at, you know, what they buy into.
The type of stuff that Google sort of supposedly sells, what people click on. And
Exactly that. And can you imagine how much effort is being put into getting data like that? And how much of these enterprises can actually afford to get data like that?
Sounds expensive.
Very expensive. The boys who would play with you, if you don't have a 5 to 6 digit budget, they won't even talk to you.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're looking maybe at a 3 to 4 digit budget, which is affordable.
Right.
It's not something that will kill you. What blockchain does for us, it cuts down processes, So which means it reduces cost. And at the same time, if we put in AI and machine learning to the back of it, what it does is that it learns what you're looking for, what you're looking out for, and then it tries to match what you're trying to get insights for to drive your business.
Now, would you say you are contributing to making our world more transparent?
I would believe so. Because you're talking about auditable, accountability, it's clear, it's immutable, the data is immutable.
This is on blockchain.
It's on the blockchain,
Right.
exactly
And
that.
it's secure.
And it's secured, exactly. So then, you don't have people who try to manipulate data. It's all there.
But it didn't stop with female philanthropists and spearheading innovators. Women in blockchain also bring art to the community. Anita Yurkovskaya and Alexandria Laseva, with their project Art of Blockchain, have been implementing crypto art into all spheres of blockchain industry. From exhibiting at blockchain company offices, to selling their art for top crypto buck, to art collectors, to even Vitalik Buterin himself signing their paintings for good luck.
The coolest thing I ever did was have my child. I believe truly that women birth the future, that women have to be engaged in the technological revolution, in the changes that are going to take us from here to there. And I believe that if we look at what we want to create for our children every day, and we dream those big dreams together, it's still within our reach.
The blockchain industry is predominantly male, but it was refreshing to see so many interesting female thought leaders and innovators present at the BlockShow. As the show went on, we caught up with Eddy Travia, one of the pioneers in blockchain startups, Marc Bernegger, a prominent Swiss fintech investor gone crypto, and Addy Crezee, the CEO of the BlockShow.
What's the more probable outcome for the ICO boom right now? Is the SEC and other regulators and government, are they going to curb it? Or are we going to have more freedom, more possibilities to really use the crowdfunding method to the fullest?
It looks like we're going towards a more, let's say, standard model. And I think we're going towards a kind of security token environment. Many people have realized that the utility token model is not the best model for everyone. So I think we're going towards a more regulated environment in this space.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think first of all, I think it's unavoidable. I don't think we can have so much funding in a non-regulated way for forever, right? So we need rules, we need guidelines, and we need the token buyers to know what they're buying into, and we need to help them to guide them in terms of how to assess the project and then to follow it through once the ICO has been done.
I think smart regulation is good. I mean, we need regulation, especially to bring some of the very traditional established players into the space. So from this perspective, I think we need even perhaps more regulation, but it has to be smart regulation. So like in other cases where you had established traditional business models and then the internet changed the game completely, it's similar in this space. So you have to adapt the existing rules. But in general, I think heading into a more regulated surrounding with more serious players will automatically make the whole asset class more stable and also decrease volatility.
So in terms of regulation, there are different points of view. Very interesting point of view that it's not mine, but I've heard, and I'm kind of thinking of it now. It will divide into two worlds. One is heavily regulated by the government because we can't do without regulation. People and investors and crypto holders should be secured. But the other world will be wholly crypto world, unregulated one, because you can't regulate the technology.
Vit Jedlička, the president of the self-proclaimed Liberland Republic that is currently being disputed between Serbia and Croatia, had a much more libertarian and free approach to regulation.
I just wanted to say one more thing about the regulations. Like, people are obsessed with regulation. So, for example, Czech Republic also doesn't have any regulations about ICOs. The same way, like Liberland doesn't have any regulation about ICOs. And nobody cares, nobody sees Czech Republic, and even the Czech Central Bank, because they've got a reasonable governor there, said, we are not going to make any regulations about crypto in the near future. So anybody can issue whatever they want. The state is a state of mind, and I think we are too much tied to the belief system that we were born to.
What are you up to right now, and what direction you think is the more interesting direction right now in the world of blockchain?
When I started in 2013, it was more like machine learning, for example. Entrepreneurs start using machine learning in crypto trading, crypto exchanges. But of course, what took everyone by surprise really is this massive ICO boom, and the fact that so many new cryptocurrencies, new coins are coming in this space, right?
Right.
So we're almost going from underfunded in the early years to overfunded these days, which is quite interesting. We don't look usually in a sectorial way. We look more at the opportunity of each project case by case. And of course, like some of our peers, we look at infrastructure and the new protocols that are coming in the space.
Innovative ideas sometimes come in very simple packaging. A smart contract is really something of greater value than one may think. At least that's what Gauthier, the CEO of the SaTT, or Smart Advertising Transaction Token, clearly believes. The team took the ERC20 smart contract and used its mechanism to create a very simple yet viable governing solution for transactions between advertisers and publishers, essentially using the Ethereum blockchain to create a fast, secure, and inexpensive system of interaction between clients and providers in the ad business space, with the goal of removing all third-party constraints. Kind of like the remnants of the Berlin Wall that we were standing next to.
Oui, donc du coup, on va casser le...
Yes, we will break the wall between the publishers and advertisers. We'll remove the middlemen. The results will be visible directly on the platforms that customers like, such as Facebook, VK, and Instagram. The new pricing will break the wall. It will allow people to work and to facilitate transactions more securely, faster, and of course, address the needs of today. You'll be able to see the clicks, the views, and the actual cost all in a smart ledger. This will be a great platform for transactions within the advertising world.
À leurs problématiques d'aujourd'hui.
Gauthier took a simple idea and used the power of the smart contract to make something that could potentially be very disruptive for the ad industry. However, there are competitors with similar projects out there, but who will succeed in its delivery? The smart contract had another use, this time for regulation, proposed by Vitalik Buterin.
What do you think about the community becoming a self-cleaner? Like, Vitalik once proposed that Ethereum has it in the smart contract capacity to escrow the funds for a potential technology and have several teams compete to execute that technology and take it to the ICO market. So only a team that actually delivers a proof of concept and delivers a working solution gets the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very interesting approach. Honestly, I think there's still an open and free market. So also outside crypto, not every project which receives money is also automatically successful. So I think you can control and self-regulate everything. And ultimately bridging the gap from the old world to the new world, where you have these old world rules being implemented in this new crypto asset world. So I think as soon as the old world, the old money is in the crypto space, we can really think about self-regulation.
I think the first step would be for the community to try to curb it. But as I was saying, I think we're going into a regulated environment anyway. But of course, regulations may not stop everything. It's another filter, and we are, we hope to contribute in that sense, so that people understand better what they're buying into, and we help them do an assessment. So that's why we want to work with regulated platforms like GBX or in Gibraltar, for example.
What about the banks? What do you feel? How will the banks, are they going to try and buy in, or are they going to be done with?
The first reaction to Bitcoin was no, obviously to cryptocurrencies was no, right? But then they started accepting blockchain because they could see the use and the way they could use blockchain for their own benefits. So I think we're still in this world, unfortunately, where they still look at Bitcoin and blockchain separately. So I think the banks are still not fully cooperating with this space. They may, I cannot, of course, speak for them, but I think they may look at it in a competitive way. But hopefully they will, yes, buy in, as you say. They will start they have started investing in platforms, but I think they will invest more and they will spend more time understanding the technology.
So I think banks will be becoming, like in other industries, more like commodity providers. So the underlying business case of banks will be challenged by all these new technologies quite tremendously.
What will they do? Will they join or will they resist?
I think you will have both, right? But The majority, I think, will try to preserve the status quo, and because technology normally wins on the long run.
Unless you're from the world of banking and you want to disrupt the industry by going crypto, Berlin is also home to Andrusevich, the CEO of Coinsbank, world's leading crypto bank with nearly 500,000 active subscribers who get to transform their crypto into fiat real time. But the platform offers much more than that. Let's dive a little deeper with the CEO himself and take a look at one example of a Lambo that made the collection of a major crypto investor way before he acquired any Bitcoin.
So, Vitaly,
So, Vit, when did it all start for you, the whole Bitcoin story?
It started when the news broke that Satoshi Nakamoto published the first draft of Bitcoin's white paper. And to be honest, it was very difficult to get the beauty of this whole system from that first point, and the future of this technology seemed very bleak. But then, the final push came from a success story of our longtime friends, a large company that creates mining machine components. So we witnessed firsthand that nothing is impossible. On the contrary, anything is possible.
Нет ничего невозможного.
So what does Coinsbank have today under its belt, Vit? How many clients? What services do you offer? And what makes Coinsbank different than perhaps other similar services or projects that are out there?
We currently have nearly 500,000 clients. These are verified active users, many of whom use our card service. The debit cards, by the way, are available to residents of the European Union. You see, right now there seems to be a little fork in the road that has divided the community into two groups of people. One group is comprised of crypto enthusiasts who have been in the crypto world for a long time and have already made up their mind about the bright future of Bitcoin. The other group positions itself backstage. It's comprised mainly of people who value stability and are wary of new financial systems, especially things like cryptocurrencies. We try and convert these types of people into the system, rid them of their fear, and show them that it's not all that difficult or dangerous.
Не все так сложно.
Well, what better way to show trust by entrusting the CEO entrusting me with doing a ride on the Aventador? Are you afraid?
No. Are you?
A little bit. All right, let's do
Don't be
this.
afraid, yeah.
Thanks. Let's do this.
Okay, that's good.
This is like driving a bicycle. All right, guys.
Will Coinsbank withstand the obstacles that lie ahead for the crypto industry while keeping itself competitive with other crypto banking institutions? And will it sustain its community by truly pulling in the non-believers from the world of fiat to the world of crypto? Only time will tell, while we get back to the main question of what is currently pressuring the crypto community from expanding further.
I don't see a particular pressure apart from the fact that actually a lot of the money is also moving to other cryptocurrencies, right? So let's say the pie is larger, but you have more actors now and people can buy into more cryptos. So that could be one reason. At the same time, if you look at the price, I mean, it started at $1,000 early 2017, right? And then we went around $4,000 or $5,000 in the fall. So I think we're still above like September prices. So basically apart from the pike around December, I think we're still in the good territory.
What would be your prediction? Just a friendly advice or a friendly prediction on the future of Bitcoin.
I think it's similar like 20 years ago when the whole digital revolution started. So the big difference is that we have this ICO craziness, this huge funding sum, so literally everybody can be part of it. And I think that's a little bit the difference to the early days of the web. But besides that, when it comes to real use cases and technology, we're still in the very early days of the whole blockchain revolution.
So there's still room to grow.
Yeah, definitely.
December 2018, what do you think? What's going to be the BTC? I mean, is it above 10K, below, or over 20?
I would say above 20, but normally I don't do any predictions.
I think it will go back higher than $10,000. In September last year, I mentioned $10,000 when it was 4, and I still think it's going to go, I think when it goes back up, it will probably go higher than that. So I would say in the $15,000 range.
It's just gambling, not more. And I will tell around 25,000.
The BlockShow was a very productive event with some record-breaking networking numbers, truly encompassing the power and the potential of the crypto community, regardless of the price, its volatility, and uncertainties along the way.
So this one was the biggest, like with 3,000 people. We've recorded 7,300 meetings scheduled through the app. So it's a huge thing, crazy amount. Like people were really networking the whole day. The feedback is great.
I'm Miguel Francis-Santiago. Stay tuned for our next episode of The Future is Now as we head to Toronto for the Futurist Conference and meet Ryan Taylor of Dash, Charles Hoskinson of Cardano, and Larry King, who has turned his curiosity towards the blockchain. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and please visit thefutureisnow.community for all the latest from the future. As David Lee concludes the episode of BlockShow Berlin, he leaves us with wise words.
And I'm here to empower, just like anybody else in the token economy. We write all these programs, we invest in all these projects, is to empower the human race. We are not here to possess more. Token economy is about user innovation that fosters an open, benevolent global mindset with the technical and social objective of developing an ecosystem that achieves prosperity, equality, justice, and progress to the society. This is what we are trying to do.
Don't miss the future. The future is now.